Hey everybody, it's me again. I'm just chilling for the day. Just wanted to sit there walking through these woods and sitting there thinking about just a lot of stuff. It's what I usually do when I get out. Got a lot on my plate, like a lot of you guys do. I sure do wish my kids were down here with me. Maybe one day they will be. That's what I think about a lot when I'm down here. It doesn't take away from my experience. I still have a great time. I think about it too much, I get a little lonely about it. I guess that's like everybody does. The big thing is it's not just me. It's a lot of guys. A lot of guys share the same emotions and things like I do. I think that one thing that it's important to focus on is not dwelling too much on what you can't do. A lot of times, moms and dads both, they have friends that have got neurotypical children or normal kids, whatever you want to call them, and these guys will have a tendency of bragging about their kids and what they did at the ball field and how they did academically at school, and things like that get to us pretty bad. That's common. It's not anything they mean to do to us in general. It's just something that happens. They don't think about it. They don't think about the fact that we've got kids that can't really be in a public situation or can't play sports or anything like that. That's something they just don't really fathom as in their mindset. They don't do it to purposely hurt us or anything, but it does hurt, because we want our kids to be on the ball field. A lot of parents you'll hear will complain and sit and whine about, you know, Jordan played at fall ball, and he had a practice, and Chase had a practice, and Mary Beth had a practice at 3 different places, and you know, we couldn't get to all of them. Well, I'll be honest with you, I don't care. You signed them up for it. You can't give your kids everything. But there are guys and women and families out there that want to give their kids everything. I wish to God there was a way that I could just slam my fist down and say, you know what? I want my kid to run and play with other kids. I want my kid not to have behaviors that I can't help. But it's not going to happen. And it's a touchy subject. It is. It's one that it doesn't infuriate me. And if I find myself in that situation, I'll just usually just walk away and say something nice and be like, yeah, that's great. You know, I hate it that you signed your kid up for 4 things and they're doing all 4 things and you want to complain about it and all that. You know, gee, I'm sorry. This isn't a message to bring out that anything's wrong with your kids or to make you feel worse than what you do. But those are the things that bother us. And what we have to do is we've got to break away from that way of thinking. Sure, our kids can't play sports. Sure, there's some they can't go to birthday parties. You know? Sure, I know my kids were bad about going to parties and breaking loose and just breaking down. And Andrew would cover his little ears up and just sit there and cry and scream. And Ashton's there playing with her little girlfriends and having a great time, and we're having to kind of run him off to the back so he doesn't disturb anybody. You know, but what you do have to do is you got to find the things that your child does well and embrace those things. And by all means, try and experience new things. Don't just think that because he cuts loose at McDonald's from all the people in there, that doesn't mean he can't do other things. Doesn't mean that at all. You've got to get out there and try. You've got to get out there and attempt. And you may attempt and fail, but you tried. And that's the most important thing, is trying. To me, I'm not perfect. I'm learning just like anybody else is. And I'm just tired of being hurt myself. And I know other dads are hurting. And somebody's got to step up to the plate and say, you know what? It's all good. We're all the same. There's nothing wrong with us. Our lives in this society nowadays, everything's got to be normal. Nowadays, everybody thinks that you've got to be like everybody else. You got to be like the Joneses. You got to have the best Humvee. You got to have a four-wheeler. You got to have a boat. You don't have to have all that stuff. The beauty of life is finding what works for you, finding what makes you happy inside, and then trying to achieve that, trying to better that. Not try to be like everybody else. Everybody else will get you in trouble. So, I just wanted to just bring that out for a minute and just tell you guys that, and look at this beautiful place. It doesn't get any better than this, I promise you. And if it wasn't for places like this, I don't know what I would do. So, have a great day, everybody.